Activate the cave. Welcome to the cave of the dog shark. Hello, I'm making another video today, and as you can probably see in front of me, I have a Flying V type guitar. A little bit of background on this. It says Gibson. It's not a Gibson. It is very much an Epiphone. Somebody before I bought it, whoever had it before me, and decided to try and Gibsonify it and put a Gibson truss rod cover on it and put a Gibson style bridge on it as well. So other than that, I think that's pretty much all they've done. So what am I doing with it? Well, as some of you may or may not know, I'm quite a large Metallica fan in many ways. So I wanted to kind of Kirk Hammett this thing up. The early days of Metallica, Kirk Hammett played a very nice black and white Flying V, very similar to this, and had a few custom touches to it that were unique to him. So there's a number of things to be done to do that. First one is bin the shitty stock Epiphone pickups because they're not particularly decent. But specifically what we're doing with this is we are installing, oops, if I can find them, a set of EMG active pickups. We have an 81 and we have an 85. Now that might not necessarily be the exact pairing that Kirk Hammett used, but it's what I've got to stick in, and it's more Hammety than what's in there currently. And point being, we're converting this guitar from a passive pickup guitar to an active pickup guitar. So there's a whole bunch of extra stuff to do to make that happen. There's a whole load of wiring. Basically we've got to redo the entire electronics in this guitar because nothing is really reusable apart from maybe some wires and maybe the toggle switch. But what we've had to do is we've had to buy in some new potentiometers. Specifically these are 25k potentiometers which are used with active pickup circuitry, and with a new jack socket which is actually a stereo socket, or a TRS socket as they're known. The important part of that being that it doesn't just have the tip and the sleeve of a standard mono socket, it has an extra pole. You can probably see the 3 poles there, which is used to ground out the battery, so the battery knows to switch on essentially. This is how you power your active circuitry, and to that end we need to make sure that it's got battery somewhere in it, and we have this little battery clip that we're going to solder into the whole circuit. To make it a bit more Hammety, again, black pickup rings. He had pickup rings on his, and what else we got? Yeah, speed knobs, these sort of squared off type speed knobs. He had those on it, so we've got them going on. And then strangely, for some reason, and I've spotted this off the signature model that they make, Kirk Hammett had a toggle switch ring around his jack socket, not around the toggle switch, which is where you'd expect it, but around the jack socket. So I'm going to dismantle and get rid of all the strings, get all the electronics off, and get a look at the wiring and see what's going on. So here we go. Alright, we've got a visitor. He's come to have a look at what I'm doing. See, look, guitars, guitars, guitars. This is Freddie. He's only about 9 weeks, 10 weeks old. Massive pain in the ass, so naughty. Look at that face, look at the little face. Oh, the little face. Yes. Yes, meow, that's right, anyway. Right, off you go, go on. Right, so we've got an earth connection there that we need to unhook. Ow! Little shit! He just clawed his way up my legs again. Here, go up there. So I'm just going to snip state of this. Hang on, my mum's ringing. Right, we was rudely interrupted then. So yeah, anyway, cracking on again. We're now at a point where we're ready to start building back up our pit guard with all our new parts. Now, there is one concern I've had throughout all of this, and we're about to find out whether that was warranted or not, and that is the shape of these EMG pickups going to fit in the holes in the pit guard? Because the holes look a little rounded off and these look a little square, so let's find out, shall we? Ooh, there we go. So the answer to that question is no. So this also kind of answers one of the questions I had, which was, why did it have pickup guards? I mean, the stock Flying V didn't have them, so why would you need them? Well, obviously what's happened is they've had to gouge out the corners of the pit guard to fit the EMGs in. It's probably left it looking a little ugly, and so fit pickup rings to make it look pretty again. Here's the thing, we are going to have to now modify this, which means grinding out the corners a little bit. It does appear that dimensionally the whole thing is just not quite big enough. So I've got some stuff down in the garage that is probably going to be better for doing this. So I'm going to head down there. Right, so we're back. And yeah, we sure enough had to modify our pit guard so the EMGs would fit in the holes, but they do now. There we go, they go in. And yeah, of course, filing has left them looking a little bit shit, so certainly these pickup rings are going to help tidy up the situation. Yeah, so I'm just going to start bolting things on and see how things go. And then we'll see about the wiring. Alright. There we go, fully loaded pit guard now. We now just have the wiring left to do. Right, so little bit of a mishap. Ran out of tape on camera again. Seem to keep doing this. Getting busy. I was chatting away for ages, doing stuff, and didn't capture any of it. So I've had to clean up the old memory card and get back to filming again. In the meantime, managed to get ahead of myself a little bit and get some stuff done that didn't manage to capture, but that's okay, because I'm going to show you. All we've done really is we've run all our grounds. We basically started with a single piece of wire and ran them all the way around each component, starting from the ground tip on the output jack and running through over each component with a single piece of wire, just opening up the shield and soldering them into place. So when you see the ground lines running all the way around, that's a single piece of wire. Other than that, we've put our capacitor on the tone pot. So other than that, all I've done is I've started to wire up the switch. We've got the ground obviously running to the back of the switch, and so far we've ran the centre pole of the switch out to the output, the signal output on the jack, and that's it. That's all we've done. Next we're just going to keep running the signal lines now. We're going to run either side of the switch to the corresponding volume pots, and then all that will be left to do after that is the pickups themselves, the ground for the pickups, the signal from the pickups, and the power going to the pickups, and our little battery connector thing, which, yeah, I'm not quite sure where we're going to get our battery to fit in yet. I'm going to have a look at that when we get to the end and see how we do. So there we go, fully wired up EMGs, new pots, new socket, a battery connector, and really all that's left to do now is to test these bad boys and see if they actually work. So before I go ahead and button them up in the guitar, I'm going to get a battery. I'm going to connect a battery on, and I'm literally just going to plug into my amp as it is and do the old tap test on the pickups. If I hear something, chances are they're working. I'll test the pots, and then if I'm happy that everything seems to be working, I'll button it up and then see how it works with the guitar. Right, so you can probably hear a bit of noise. I've got a guitar key lead plugged into an amp, and I can hear what's going on. So I'm literally just going to plug this in to this as it is and see what's going on with the pickup. So let's do that. So we've got it all finished. We've got it all buttoned up. I've got it plugged in. I was tapping around the pickups just to see what was going on, trying out the volume pot, seeing what happened there. Turned out I'd got the switch back to front, 2-second fix, switch the connections around on either side of the switch, bing bang bong, and we're fixed. So everything seems to be doing what it's supposed to be doing now. So we're going to try and get it remounted back onto the guitar. All we've got to do here is we've got to solder on the bridge ground onto the board, so let's do that. Do you know what? I'm happy with that. I'm going to button this up and then we're going to start playing around with getting it restrung, and I can already see there's probably going to be a height issue with this front pickup. I'm not too sure about the back one yet. Might be both of them. This might end up just being completely wrong, but it'll be down to the pickup height of the pickup rings. I ordered what I thought was the right thing. It might turn out not to be. I think we're going to have some problems. I think the pickup rings on that one are way too high. The only way we're going to be able to figure that out is if we some way string it up. Definitely got a problem here. Not so much with the neck pickup, but with the bridge pickup. The pickup ring is too thick, it's too high. So basically what's happening is the pickup's sitting too high that I can't adjust it low enough to then have the action low on the guitar as well. At the moment the action's having to sit up way too high to get reasonable clearance with the pickup. Even then it's sitting still too close to it. So yeah, problem. Pickup ring's too high, so what's the solution? Lower pickup ring. More. So what I'm going to do is steal one off another guitar. So yeah, I'm going to stop recording for a bit because this might take some time. So I'll come back later and show you if it works. Right then, we're finished. So yeah, a few little niggles towards the end there. We had the problem with the pickup ring being too high, which meant we couldn't get the strings down low enough. The action was sitting up too high and all that. So I borrowed one off another guitar. I've now got another guitar sitting with its pickup hanging out of it. But we'll deal with that another day. Just wanted to get this one done and buttoned up. Really happy with it actually. I'm quite pleased with how it's come out. A few little aesthetic differences are quite pleasing. It's quite Kirk Hammett-y. I quite like that. And everything's sitting where it should. While I was off camera mucking about getting this bit sorted out, I did just give one of the frets high up the neck here a little bit of a filing down, because that was another niggle I had with this guitar. Was this fret was just sitting up and it was causing a bit of problems bottoming out when and not letting me get the action low enough on this as I wanted it. So I've kind of taken the top off that fret now. The action is now quite a bit lower. I haven't balanced the pickups or anything like that yet. I think I probably will do shortly, but all that really remains now is, well, I've obviously restrung it as well, is to get it plugged in and give it a run and see how she does. So yeah, let's plug her in. Alright, so here we are, we're all finished. She's all buttoned up and restrung, tuned up, and it's got a little bit of dirt on it, but that sounds nice. We're on the bridge pickup at the moment, the EMG 81. Let's have a little listen to the neck 85. Nice. That sounds nice, but to be fair, this guitar was made to be dirty. So we're going to kick in our triple rec distortion pedal, and let's see what we're dealing with. That's got some beans, that it's got some beans. Quite happy with that. Oh, I think we're good with this one. Alright, anyway, thanks for watching my video. If you've managed to watch it this long, then thank you very much, and would really appreciate any comments or any feedback. Please give me a subscribe, and you know, all that YouTube begging stuff that people do. Like my shit, share it, whatever you want to do. Say something horrible if you want, I don't care. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? You know, there you go. So there.